Did you guys see that explosion over here? And there's 40 kids with no eyebrows left standing there going, no, I didn't see anything. Hey guys, I'm just about done. I've got a bunch of friends here though who have specifically requested something I did in an earlier show. So if you've heard this before, I apologize. If you hadn't heard it before, congratulations. But any of you guys here, any of the girls here read romance novels? Any of the guys here either? Any very secure men willing to admit they read romance novels? Sean, looking at you. He likes to read about feelings. Anyways, these romance novels are great. Has anybody here ever picked one up and looked at the back cover on it? It's unbelievable. The entire story is encapsulated entirely on one page. And it's always the most ridiculous thing you've heard in your life. And it always is more fun if you read it in the voice of the guy from the movie commercials. Just,
in a world where their love is forbidden.
because their love is always forbidden. These people, for some reason, always exist in a world where their love is entirely prevented.
Cassandra Peters fell in love with a humble stablehand, Diego de Santo.
This is like a rule, okay? This is rule number 2. Rule number 1 is their love is forbidden. Rule number 2 is they have really weird names. Never once has one of these women fallen in love with like Doug or Tim.
She was a wealthy heiress and betrothed to one another. He was a humble stablehand.
This is the 3rd rule. She's always engaged to some giant douchebag. And how much of a douchebag it is depends entirely on how much money she has. But then you move on, you think about it a little more, and you find out
they had to fight to keep their love alive.
this is the next rule. They always have to fight to keep their love alive, and it's always a sword fight. Have you noticed this? It doesn't matter if it's in modern day New York, somehow they find swords.
They had to hide their love from the world.
This is... You okay? Deep breaths, we'll get through this together. Okay, she's given me permission to keep going. They always have to hide their love from the world, and they always do a shitty job of it. They always wind up having sex, like, in the middle of a street, and assuming nobody will catch them. But it's so unrealistic. All this stuff, like, it's really, really unrealistic, because there's always this happy ending where, like, Diego de Santo comes in on his white horse and sweeps her away. And I just think that they need to add a little bit to the end of it. Just be like,
in a world 3 years after the end of the novel, Diego de Santo's rippling pectorals had become teardrop-shaped D-cup breasts. And Cassandra Peters has fallen in love with a much younger and far more attractive stablehand. And they have to fight to keep their love alive.
You guys have been terrific. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night.
Right on. So I don't actually know this next performer. I never just met him tonight. So I really wasn't able to say anything, like wasn't able to write down anything.